After very careful consideration, I have decided to follow my counsel's advice and not testify or answer any of the questions today.
That was former IRS official Lois Lerner. She would not testify back in May, but newly released emails between her attorney and congressional investigators showing some willingness to finally testify on the scandal involving IRS targeting of conservative groups. And that testimony might come tomorrow. Congressman Trey Gowdy is on the Oversight Committee, and he's back with us here today on America's Newsroom. We spoke yesterday afternoon on HQ, and welcome back here. Yesterday you said save yourself or go down in flames. Will she?
I think she is. As of this morning, I talked to the lawyers from Oversight. We expect her to come, and we expect her to testify. So if she wants her side of the story out, she's going to have to come tomorrow, and she's going to have to answer our questions.
But there seemed to be this back and forth as to whether or not it would be tomorrow or a week from tomorrow. As it stands now, based on your contact, when is it?
It's going to be tomorrow. Now, Bill, we've all been surprised before. She may come tomorrow, and she may convince the chairman that she deserves another week. If it's a difference between getting the information a week from now or not getting it ever, I'm fine waiting a week. I don't know why she's not ready after 9 months, but I'm not going to let a week get in the way of your viewers knowing what role she played in the targeting scandal.
And you told me yesterday her statements are false. Which statements are false?
Well, start with that faux apology at that boring ABA conference when she blamed it on low-level Cincinnati employees. That is a demonstrably false statement. In fact, Bill, I'm going to use her own words to prove tomorrow that that's false.
How so?
She denied in letters to Jimmy Jordan and Chairman Issa that there was a targeting scandal. We're going to prove tomorrow that that's false. So there's a lot of material to use tomorrow if she testifies.
Will there be immunity, or is that off the table?
Given the fact that this is a family show, I'm just going to say no.
So it's off the table?
It was never on the table. Mm-hmm. She is not getting immunity, period. If I could say it in another language, I would say it in another language, but I don't know another language. No, she's not getting immunity. Now, she wanted to be deposed as opposed to testify. That's a separate analysis, but she ain't getting immunity.
You've studied this issue as well as anyone. And if you are convinced that this did not start in the Cincinnati office, where did it come from, sir?
Washington, D.C. Keep in mind, Bill, you remember the State of the Union where the president famously chastised the Supreme Court for their decision in Citizens United? To their face at the State of the Union. Democrats don't like that opinion, and they immediately started a project, and that's not my word, that's her word. They started a project to unravel Citizens United because they are tired of outside groups going after Democrats. This was orchestrated, it was planned, and we'll prove it tomorrow or whenever she testifies.
So that's very interesting. Then who is next after Lois Lerner then?
Well, we've been taking depositions, and depositions, frankly, are better calculated to get us evidence than hearings. 5 minutes is not long to unlock the mysteries of the world. So we've been doing depositions, and actually that's my preferred way to do it. So I think we're building a pretty good case, and I think you'll see that tomorrow or a week from tomorrow.
Now, this was the exchange, one of the exchanges of the many that we have our hands on now between her attorney, William Taylor, and some of the congressional investigators that work on your committee. Quote, I can tell you that we can probably move forward if the committee agrees that her appearance at a deposition would satisfy any obligation she has or would have to provide information in connection with this investigation. For her to take the risk inherent in waiver of her Fifth Amendment privilege, she would need assurance she is resolving her issues with the committee. That is legalese. Put that in English.
What that means is we'll be deposed in private, but we won't testify publicly. She doesn't want your cameras capturing her testimony. So they're offering to do a private deposition, which in some ways would be good for us as opposed to a public hearing. And our response is, guess what? Mm-hmm. We're going to do both.
Two final questions. Verge of finally getting not all the answers, but more of the answers you've been looking for 9 months?
Yes, sir. You'll see a motive when she testifies that will explain to you why they did what they did.
And it's either tomorrow or it's a week from tomorrow. Is that guaranteed?
Nothing in life is guaranteed except our demise, Bill, but I am confident that we will get access to her tomorrow or a week from tomorrow.
We will be in contact with her attorney and your committee as well, sir. We'll see which way it goes. Trey Gowdy, thank you. Spartanburg, South Carolina.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for coming back.